Welcome to the Sources Solve series. During this video, we'll be focusing on verbal skills. Here are some common traps of public speaking. You shouldn't use too many ums, likes, or you knows, as they may make you seem less confident and less assured. You want your words to maintain a crisp, informative quality and not get bogged down by such habitual quirks. You can record yourself to get a feel for when these quirks might pop up in your speech and to hear what your voice sounds like to other people's ears. All the same, you don't want to only use words that are flat, functional, or factual when speaking because these may bore your audience. Instead, we'll talk about some ways to engage your audience in later slides. You should also avoid using acronyms unless you have previously explained what they stand for. Don't dumb it down too much, though. People probably know what USA and NASA stand for instance. Don't turn off your audience with obscenities, jargon, excessively large vocab words, or inappropriate references. You want to maintain the focus of your presentation and be professional without being overbearing. But always, make sure to be yourself. You probably observe the tips that we have discussed so far in your own daily life, so if you just stay true to your personality and your presentation's main idea, then keeping it real will make you seem more sincere and trustworthy. Also, be sure to watch the pacing of your speech. It is easy to start talking quickly when you have a lot to say, or if you are very passionate about your subject. But doing so will disorient and annoy your audience, especially if you are talking into a microphone or in a space with a lot of echoes. Again, recording yourself or practicing before a friend will help you gauge the hearability of your words. So we've talked about what not to do. Here are some things to do for a large group presentation. For one, speak in a position where you will be comfortable, like in front of a podium, in a chair, or up and moving around. Also, using stories and quotes can highlight key points and engage your audience as long as they're not too long or unrelated. You can jot down such ideas onto a note card to refer to while you're speaking, but never have your face buried in notes as you talk. Try not to be too imposing as you talk. Remember, staying natural is important, and bragging will only make you seem phony and awkward. Take some deep breaths before you go on, so as to calm yourself and to slow down your words. Also, making eye contact with your group will draw them in while giving you a visual to focus on. If a particular group member seems to be particularly engaged in your presentation, looking at them will keep you encouraged. Let's finish by talking about small group presentations. Again, be aware of your surroundings. Set up your space ahead of time so that everyone can see and hear you easily, perhaps with a circle or horseshoe of chairs. When speaking, it's okay to give another group member a turn at the discussion, so as long as you maintain control of the overall presentation. Other group members' tangents can be great learning and bonding experiences, but you want to maintain the focus of your presentation at all times. People often feel more comfortable speaking in small groups, so be sure to lay down some ground rules about interrupting and disruption. A talking stick always works. Moreover, small group settings tend to feel more casual and informal than large group ones, so be sure to keep things mature and professional, or you or your organization may lose respect as a result. Finally, a good way to subdue interruptions is to inform the group ahead of time that you will open the floor for questions at the end. Here is a link to a video about presentation skills led by J. Douglas Jeffries. He makes several good points that we did not include in this video, so you are encouraged to hear and see what he says. Otherwise, this concludes our video on verbal skills.